Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingveld Sprints, Moza SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, Simagic Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, Ricmotech has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, ricmotech.com.
Does your feet hurt after a session of sim racing? Are you tired of the distraction from sore heels? If so, D-Nut Stuff has the solution for you. Our heel pads add support and comfort for your feet, so those long races are no longer painful. We can make a heel pad for pretty much any pedal set and even add your custom logo. So get one today. You won't regret it. Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingveld Sprints, Moza SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, Simagic Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, Ricmotech has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, ricmotech.com.
Does your feet hurt after a session of sim racing? Are you tired of the distraction from sore heels? If so, D-Nut Stuff has the solution for you. Our heel pads add support and comfort for your feet, so those long races are no longer painful. We can make a heel pad for pretty much any pedal set and even add your custom logo. So get one today. You won't regret it. Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingveld Sprints, Moza SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, Simagic Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Good morning, happy Friday. Welcome to the Pit Stop, where we're here to hang out, drink some coffee. I got my coffee here, nice warm morning coffee. Hang out with friends, talk about sim racing. I'm Sean Cole. With me, as usual, Amir Saad. How you doing this morning, Amir, or this evening?
Dude, I am good. It is Friday. The weather has done a complete 180. It is now chilly, which is amazing. It's been rainy. Again, amazing. I can actually sim race in comfort now. Especially now, like you and me, we both got to prepare for the Sim Gaming Challenge round 2
Yes.
because we made it through round 1. Now we're in round 2. Along with us, who else do we have from the Bit crew members? We've got Edgar Sanchinelli, we've got Sam Hinchy, we've got Matt Wagner. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I think what is it? But we'll get into more details on that later. But yeah, now I can be in my house comfortably.
Yes.
How about you, man?
Well, Sunday's going to be, as you mentioned, competition day Sunday. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. A little pressure building up. I'm
Right.
doing really well. It's been a psycho nuts week here at the Simpit. We did a bunch of live streams doing a rig build that was a lot of fun. It was really fun doing the rig build live. I mean, I know it's really long and there's not a lot going on, so it's not our, but it was really cool having people involved with the build, being able to talk about it while doing it. And even though it kind of takes longer to do it that way, I thought it was really cool as a community thing. So I had a lot of fun. We did 3 episodes. Didn't 100% finish in terms of getting it race ready, but the rig was done.
Right.
And since I've done a few more things, so sorry everybody tuned in for the live, I have done some final things. So we got the Simagic mount in. So we now have Simagic base on there. We now have our Simtrex pedals on there, but I also got the Moza adapter for my M booster. But that's going to have to wait a little while. Right now, I'm going to run this setup for something else I'm doing. Plus, I have the other rig set up with Moza and the Motion. I've got some conspit. So just a ton of stuff that's been going on, and I've been juggling literally 3 rigs. If you could see me right now, I'm trapped by rigs. There are rigs everywhere around me. Each rig is race ready at this point, though. It's pretty cool. I mean, this computer is sharing 2 rigs, and that one's a little more. But yeah, it's nutso. And just having a good time with it.
Nice.
A shout out to Janera. How you doing? Good morning. Down there in Southern California. SoCal. Super SoCal. Good morning. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, George. Joa, let's go. Let's get this going. I agree. PS4 Deadman is here. Good morning to you. Christian and Janera and family. Good morning. Caractacus is here. Who else? Hinchy. Competition Sunday, buddy. It's coming. It's coming. So, is today's show riot worthy? Asked Tom at the beginning. I don't think so. We have no big controversy this week. We have a few. Not everybody.
We have one kind of controversial thing. Yeah.
Well, let me look through my list. Where's the? We have something controversial. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of updates to talk about. And I mean, certainly a reason to be here. I'm not sure it's quite riot worthy though. So, anything else, or should we get to what's been going on around here?
I think we covered almost everything. Yeah, man. I think without further ado, we can get into the news, unless we get more people that pop in and say hi, hello, and we'll respond back to you. Because again, we're just here to chat, have conversations, So if you're just chilling on YouTube, just say hi. We'll, if you got questions or comments, ask away. That is the whole point of the show. News kind of takes a backseat, but if we can get really good conversations going, that's always great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any questions you have, any topics in sim racing, especially on a day today? We don't have a ton of news stories. So, hey, maybe you out there could be the creator of a riot topic, which would be awesome.
Right.
So, anyway, I already mentioned the live streams we did. So I did 3 different live builds. Actually, here's me putting on the PXN pedals. But funny enough, I swapped them out already for my Simtrex. Those are just hold pedals. No offense to the PXN, but the Simtrex are literally one of my favorite pedals ever. Tom Jones! At least you can rant for us. We'll work on it, I'm sure. Give me a little time. Something might build up. I think my big rant is the fact that I'm surrounded and trapped by rigs. You get a rig. So my big rant is I'm in this time crunch of products. I'm surrounded by them, and the world is caving in. But see, it's hard for me to get like, I don't know if I'm not wrecked by that. Like that's all.
Right.
Like may that be my worst problem in life, right? So it's not riot worthy. It's difficult to navigate, but it is far from traumatic. So yeah. Anyway, we have those 3 live rig builds. I would have done one more to finish things off, but then, as I mentioned, the time crunch came in, and it was like, I've already done 3. I don't want to just overly do it. So you guys tell me,
Right.
should there have been a part 4 where I got the wheel and pedals, plug it in? We still could do that. I haven't done that much, so we could catch up still. But I have a crazy next 3 days, so I don't know when we'd do it.
Yeah, I think maybe go live and like not necessarily a rig build, but more of as you're, because right now you're pretty much in the fine tuning stage, right?
Yes, for sure.
That's where you could sit there and discuss proper seating positions. So if you're wanting, one to sim race comfortably, but also to to maximize your body posture when it comes to sim racing, like that might be a good next live topic as you're fine-tuning the rig.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just my opinion. Yeah.
All right. I like
just talk
that.
about
Yeah. All right. So maybe there will be an episode 4. And I'm sorry to everybody who expects something on Thursday. Thursday's traditionally one of my streaming days, typically rally even. But we didn't do that yesterday. Again, just trying to troubleshoot a few things so I could finalize thoughts for proper reviews, right? And some of that tedious stuff in the 11th hour kind of has to be done if we're going to get things done. So anyway, a couple more good mornings. Tamapit, good morning. Tamapit Joe, first time you beat Joe. Oh, beat Joa. Well done.
Joe.
Yeah, Joa. Joe.
No, Joe.
Joe. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Aloge, good morning. Caitlin, good morning to you as well.
Oh, that's Joe Dynamite. Oh, that's Joe Dynamite. No,
Gotcha.
Yeah, because we did that fun race last Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess Joe Dynamite was probably the only one that didn't have issues in the race. But that's the joys of public lobbies. I'll just leave it at that.
Was that the race that I had a total power outage?
Yes.
I am getting so friggin' sick and tired. I'm dealing with some big money gear that runs a lot of electricity on its own. So I'm already like panicked every time I'm driving. Like, is everything going to shut down? Am I going to start a fire? Who knows, right? I got the fire extinguisher ready. And having that happen like all the time where it's these flickers usually it's just a flicker, and it's enough to shut down all my computers. And sometimes the internet. This last one we actually lost power for like, it was not even a minute.
For a while.
Yeah. Well, the actual power outage was only a minute. But like maybe the internet box that they use, not my box, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like they had to reset the big router, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that works, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So Sean giving proper seating position. Have you seen him in races? His top back never sees the seat.
I don't want to say anything. I kept my mouth shut.
That's something that only someone tall would say. If you're tall, you'd make that comment. If you're short, you'd be like, dude, you don't know what it's like. You don't know how it is. You have no clue. So, Joa, I'm assuming you were over 5'10". Just an assumption. Just.
You don't know what it's like to be tall.
I have no idea what it's like to be tall, but I see you all in your seats all low rider. UPS on your computer and ISP would save you. Tamapit, I agree. This isn't rant worthy, but my experience with UPCs dates back literally 20 years ago when I relied on them at my computer job, or a manufacturing job. I was in charge of a lot of the techie stuff because I was the youngest person there. And early UPCs kind of sucked. They'd only last a couple minutes, so if you were depending on them, good luck. You're still running around trying to shut everything down before something goes wrong. And so I've never adapted to the new versions, and they are very expensive, generally speaking, for good ones. So I have not made that leap. What I should do A couple companies I need to. Maybe I should try to find a UPC for review, or some company that wants to break into the sim racing market and suggest that people use them. You know, great idea. It would be good for me to do that.
Yeah.
But is it better than Gran Turismo? iRacing Arcade. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yep. We're going to talk about that in a minute. iRacing Arcade is worse than F1 All Stars. Is it? That's a good head-to-head right there.
iRacing Arcade is not bad. It's a fun little game.
Little game.
It's something you would put on to play with your kids or stuff like that.
Okay.
Or like at a party. It's not. That's how I look at titles like that. It's almost like Mario Kart, but without the power-ups.
Right.
Almost. Yeah.
All right. Another. Who else is Jamal?
Hello?
Time to invest in a UPC. All right. I'm going to start a Simpit GoFundMe for a proper UPC. I don't know how much power we need to prevent that system there in particular, because that corner is 2 computers, 4 monitors, a motion platform, an M booster brake, a 25 Newton meter base. Essentially all going to one plug, by the way. Just don't tell, and don't tell anyone I said that. Wait, I do have some of the power. Nope. Half of the power is going to a different plug in the room, but it's on like a 20-foot extension cord. What was that? What's that, Amir?
Oh, comparing heights.
Oh. I am racer size, like, if we were talking Halloween candy for, race car drivers, I'm racer size.
True.
I have to say, though, just in all truthfulness, I am actually this much too short to be racer size. Like, there is a minimum, too. Like, you can be too small. I'm probably my legs are too short is the problem.
I don't know. I mean, look at, what's his name? Yuki Tsunoda. I think he's like 5'3".
Well, I probably have longer legs than him.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, I think like the tallest F1 driver at the moment is Hulkenberg, I think.
Or
it was
Ray
like
Hall.
right at 5'6". Well, like an F1 driver, like probably like at 6 feet.
Uh-huh.
But like the average height is like between
5'8",
5'7", 5'6", 5'5". Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I stood next to Lewis. He's like a couple inches taller than me, maybe. He's not very tall. He looks it because he's so thin, but...
Right.
Matt, me and Wags are in the same split. We're going to have to work together. Matt, as much as we rival at other moments, I think we have to, kind of team up this time.
Yeah.
You're not height racist, just pointing out facts. Fair enough. Make sure you're recording when you start a fire. Yes. Good morning, John. How you doing, buddy? I did assume his height, but I've also known Joe. I'm pretty sure he's a pretty big guy. It's like Mario Kart, but with Porsches and more crashing. We're talking the our iRacing Arcade. Fun size. I love it. You could be a NASCAR driver. Yeah, well, you could, yeah. I mean, hey, if you have the gift, they'll accommodate you. I was going to say, they're not going to build the car around you, but they'll accommodate you. I'm getting pinged like crazy. Oh, Amazon.
Hey, we forgot.
Amazon's trying to hire me, everybody.
Ooh. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Tom, I should do the math on how much power I'm pulling. It would be interesting. I would like to know, if I turned it all on and ran that sim, how much juice is going.
Well, Wags, you got to make it into round 3.
You'd rather beat a mirror. Wags, you're going to regret that statement. I'm telling you. Teaming up is now off the table. Forget it. All right. I now realize what you were talking about the potential debate topic of the week, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got this right. I think when you were talking about debate, well, not
Maybe
debate,
even a 9.
a topic that might be controversial.
Warning,
It was our
this video
great
contains
Simpit
minor
rig debate.
sarcasm,
Is that what you're talking about?
unnecessary graphic jokes,
Hell yeah.
slight truths,
That
So,
too.
and absolutely
Um,
no attempt at
Amir and I
full
kind of had
Viewer
just some fun with the
discretion is
topic.
advised.
And, you know,
So apparently today
this
we're here
could have
to
been a
discuss one of the
2-hour-long
biggest
debate
arguments in
where we
all of
like
sim
really,
racing.
really hashed it out and got deep into the differences. But there is
What do
no
you mean,
point in
not
that
really?
debate,
This
I
is
think.
one of the biggest
I
arguments in
think
all of
those
sim
who are
racing.
buying high-end rigs for the most part, they
kind
kind of know. Are they a profile guy or are they a tube chassis kind of guy? And the sacrifices of each might not even matter enough to
Now, we haven't even
really
gotten to the
alter that
argument, and we're
thinking
already
for a lot of
arguing.
people.
You see?
So anyway, this is just more like for fun, but it was a cool debate, and we did raise a few of the reasons that one might choose one over the other. Anyway, it was a fun video. What did you think, Amir? Coming off of that.
Unlike the internet,
I still won the debate.
You won the debate. A lot of people think so.
I still won the debate. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, actually. No, it just... Again, I think that was the reason of his having no actual outcome other than letting people decide themselves, was just the fact that there is no right answer. That's the funny thing about it. It's like you can make whatever argument you want, and as long as the rig you're in meets your needs and makes you happy, and I saw a lot of comments of people bringing up the Deathmobile. And it's like, what, are you going to argue against a Deathmobile? I mean, sure, it's butt ugly, but, like, I mean, seriously, what did it cost? I mean, nowadays, a little more lumber's pretty expensive now.
Right.
But, you know, I don't know. It was fun. I enjoyed doing it. I had real fun putting it together, cutting it.
No, dude, I had fun. I mean, because I think it's one of those topics where, I mean, yeah, like you said, we could have been very serious about it, pointing out the merits of each, pointing out, you know, the drawbacks of each, but we kind of wanted to have fun with it because in the end, it doesn't matter. It's all subjective. That's what really, when it comes down to between tube and profile, is what do you want out of sim racing, and not just in terms of racing, but just out of aesthetics. Like, I'm 100% with you. Like, I would not want my profile rig in a living room or somewhere where it's a high traffic area. I would much more prefer a nice tube rig because people are like, ooh, look at that, especially like with that track racer with the Alpine colors. Like that thing, the blue on that thing is just gorgeous.
It's so awesome.
Right?
I'm watching the video, and it's just like, oh, come on, tell me you know of a better looking rig. You know, I mean, like, no, that's just exceptional.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a hard. But if you're a guy that's gonna have, you know, button boxes, dashes, shifters, and, you know, all sorts of crazy things, it's going to be hard to do that on a tube rig. You're going to have to do a lot more kind of engineering and everything, whereas it's very easy to do it on a profile rig. And so to me, it just really comes down to what do you want out of your sim racing journey, and, you know, where it's going to be in your house.
Yeah, Caitlin, they're both overkill for most people. And, you know, that's sort of the core point. So many people are still on a desktop. Or, again, here's this RC Essential. And this isn't a plug for Next Level at all. This rig's only rated for a 13 Newton meter. And I'm not quite sure why, because I ran quite a bit bigger and heavier on it. And the flaw of this rig wasn't the wheel deck wobble because of the wheel. It was because of the rest of the chassis just being kind of flexy. And so it's like, but this is the thing that fascinates me, the difference between, like, being hypercritical and actually just racing. Because, again, when I film, I usually have a shot where it's just me driving. I'm not thinking about filming. I'm not thinking about the product. I'm just driving. And when you see that, even on a rig like this RCE, you're not seeing a ridiculous amount of wheel deck wobble. Maybe you see a little tiny bit. But one of my other tests is, again, the push-pull test or the violent seesawing test. And outside of a profile chassis, every chassis I've ever tested has some kind of a flex. And I would argue you'll see something move on the profile, but it's actually, you're probably starting to see the wheelbase and rim flex point. I mean, again, my profile chassis do not budge.
Right.
So I mean, but again, that's overkill for sure, right? I mean, go get in your street car tomorrow. Next time you get in your car, and just give a little push-pull on that steering wheel and tell me what happens. Go down and reach that brake pedal with your hand and give it a little left-right wiggle test and tell me how much free play is in it. We demand things at a high rate. Anyway, you know what's ironic? I will bring this to a close, or at least my last thought on this. The TRX as the example for the tube chassis, it's sort of funny because it one almost breaks all the rules of a tube chassis because it's gigantic. It is a humongous rig. Number two, it is super duper heavy. So by the time that was loaded up, even on sliders, I had to like put some shoulder in it to move that thing around.
Yeah.
So it wasn't lighter. It wasn't smaller or more contained in any way. But it is one of the best. That blue, I just still can't. I still can't get over the blue. So
yeah.
Anyway, all right. I lost the debate as far as comments go. But I also. Anybody here ever take debate class? One of parts of debate class is to actually flip chairs, right? So I'm arguing for black, you're arguing for white, and we'll do that and we'll make our cases. Well, in good debate class, they'll at some point make you switch. Now all of a sudden I'm arguing for white. I didn't have a horse in this game. You all know I love tube chassis, but I also happen to love profile chassis. So it's like this was just purely. I mean, here I want to go back to our disclaimer. I think it said it well. Yes, this is.
This video
that was funny.
Mild sarcasm.
Frank Rizzo. All right, iRacing Arcade. Moving on. iRacing Arcade, 1 hour ago. iRacing is now available on PlayStation and Xbox, as well as Steam. We've added new cars and tracks and split screen. Split screen seems like it should be out of the gate, right? I mean,
should be a must.
Yeah.
100%. And a console's split screen is always a must.
Am I a master debater? No, I was a flaccid debater. So, anyway, iRacing Arcade, and more crashes than Mario Kart. There you go. Anybody else? I haven't played that, in full honesty. But the new motto of the Simpit is next time around I would've. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. So.
I played the demo. The demo was fun. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's definitely a controller game. It's not a wheel game. So, yeah, if you're trying to want to use your wheel with it, don't really bother. It's way better with a controller.
John, you actually got that reference, huh? Did anyone know? How many people knew what I was doing there with the Rizzo? Amir? No? No?
I'm not 70, dude.
Yeah, it is pretty old school. It was back when things were played on, like, tapes or... Skeets! Skeets! Did you see the new Toyota GT3? What sim will get it first? Looks like Merc and Aston combo. No, I have not seen. Oh, wait, yes, I have seen that. That's the GR thing, right?
No, the RX Vision GT3 Evo.
Yeah, I think I did see that.
Yeah.
We do have an Evo topic. You got it. Yeah, you got it. You did not. Tom did not. That was the Jerky Boys, wasn't it? Was that the Jerky Boys? This is back in the days of, like, prank phone calls, like, legit, not just made-up ones, and, you know, that kind of stuff on the radio. Mm-hmm. Tamapit! Tamapit! We gotta get some. We gotta get some.
Dynamite.
Very nice is rocking. There's one for Skeet. Skeet, thank you very much. Tamapit. There's one for you. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Keeping the wheels turning at the Simpit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. LMU had an update.
Oh.
Yeah, this was sort of an update / retraction, I guess. It was like a reverting update, I think.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so this is the update to the big update. Fixes for some key community feedback problems, including hosted server errors, protest timestamps, and more. Full patch notes here. I think I want to
Well,
pull.
that's they even released a patch after that.
Yeah. So the way, yeah, here it is. Hold on. That was the EAC. Here it is. Following player feedback and internal review since 1.4, we're reverting some changes to the network protocol for the game to the previous versions. Read the full story. So again, they try to implement some new things. And some of it, as you know, was controversial because that's where we were talking about, like the whatchamacallit, Joker, well, not Joker.
Well, no, it was more than that. There was a lot of, let's just say, very bad netcode issues
Uh-huh.
when with that new up with the well, not with the 4.1.3 before. Like they did some changes to the netcode system, and let's just say it did not sit well with a lot of people. And I was to the point where LFM and a couple other, online championships postponed their championships because of how bad it was.
It was unplayable essentially for
It
that.
was essentially, yeah. So so they rolled back all those changes, but that kind of makes me have a question for you. And a
Yes.
question for the people that are watching too.
All right.
They did do this rollback pretty quickly, but you know, does that how, like, if you're a bit like, if this, because you're more of an iRacer, so, and this is for any sim out there. So if a sim comes out with an update and it completely makes the game unplayable in certain aspects, like, so in this aspect it was multiplayer, does it dent your confidence in the title? And I'm kind of thinking, like, should any major multiplayer changes or updates, spend longer time in a public test before going out for, for the general public to try it out and see if it actually works?
You just nailed my answer to it right there with that second part of the statement. Like, it does not lower my confidence. And everybody chime in. I'd love to hear everybody else's opinion. So I'm going to kind of drag it out here. Before I even give my answer, I'm going to say, as always, we appreciate your feedback on our latest release. It's been a little rocky, and we've made fixes as fast as we can. You can see all the various patches and hot fixes since 1.4 here. We're not going to look at that. Today we're reverting some changes to the network protocol for the game to previous versions found since launch. We know that one of the reasons you love LMU is the amazing netcode that allows you to race closer than others. Whilst we thought we had resolved initial feedback in 1.4.1, it's clear that there's still more to do for some users with particular connection types. So that gives you a little idea of what's going on. And I just want to say that. So, no, I don't lose faith in a company, or it doesn't diminish, my thinking and their ability. But it's that second part. I think it's just inexcusable for these companies to not have bigger test groups. Like, it is so easy to have a fan base if you're an LMU or an iRacing or a Moza or a Simucube, right? Like, it's not hard for you to find 30 or 50 super fans, right? And so by looking for those community members who are going to be favorable, right? It would be easy, like if I was the king of Simagic, I'd be like, hey, there's this guy Joa, who's like in all of our chats. He's pretty informed. He seems pretty grounded and not just like a loose cannon. Let's get him on our beta group, right? And in a lot of cases, even on the hardware side, it's like, well, gosh, if you gave them a decent discount, a lot of your loyal group would even pay. Oh, they'll even pay 70% to get one of those beta wheels to give you opinions so you can have better setups. Or in the case of LMU, it's like, cool, we're going to give you the gold package, right? Where, and you're going to get access to early stuff. And, with 30 or 50 people, they probably could have troubleshot this by running a couple of internal events. The other thing I kind of wonder is, like, wouldn't you think they could have found, like, maybe at least 10 computers in-house? So even if their beta group was half the size I just numbered, it's like, well, cool. Turn all the computers that are worthy of playing the game on in the studio and log them in and troubleshoot this is an area they're making changes, right? So it wasn't like
Right.
the unknown. This is something they're trying to make better, and they made it worse. And that's just lack of testing. So yeah, I think with a beta group, and again, I'm going in circles, but again, I don't care who you are. There's enough sim racing world now, and enough fanboys to create that group and not have it even be expensive or hard to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally with you, and it kind of, and I'm thinking about it because I did quality assurance for almost 4 years when I was in the military, and the number one thing you learn is never ever grab the people that will always agree with you. Grab the misfits, grab the rambunctious crowd, because they will be vocal, regardless if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because again, when you're doing Q&A, you want the good and you want the bad. But it feels like nowadays, a lot of not just game companies, but just companies in general have just gutted their quality assurance departments. They've gutted their beta testers, and especially in the gaming world where they've gone towards, volunteers, I'll say. I don't know how to say it, but they tend to grab the people that either just want to play something, but they're never going to offer you feedback. Or they'll just say, yeah, this is great, let's move on. And for me, like whenever we were doing test groups and things like that, the people that don't spoke, after the first or second meeting when we're trying to fix issues and solve problems and whatnot, I'd tell them afterwards, like, hey, you people, sorry, you're excused. We don't need you anymore. Because they were just bringing nothing to the conversation.
Right. They have to bring, they have to be an asset to the project.
Yeah. So to me, if I'm like LMU, I'm iRacing, Raceroom, AMS2, in my beta group, like, all right, if you guys are going to be beta testers, you have to provide the good and the bad. You can't just provide me good and you can't just provide me bad. You have to provide both, things that can be improved on, or things that you think is working great. And if you don't do that, then bye, and we'll get more beta testers.
Yeah.
But it just seems like nowadays these companies just grab whoever and whatever and just go with the flow and not actually test things properly. I mean, in this case, we're talking about LMU, but we've seen it with iRacing, we've seen it with AMS2, with R Factor 2. All the sims out there all had their issues throughout the years, and it just seems like they're just grabbing the wrong people, or they completely gutted their quality assurance or beta testing group.
Right. Yep. Andrew says, sim racers are Karens. I think that's a fair statement. It's okay to make mistakes. The world didn't burn because LMF had to postpone something.
Well, no, we're talking about, so it wasn't just LFM. Like, I was talking with Joe about it yesterday. There was at least 5 or 6 like sim racing championships that had to cancel their championships. Like, so people are putting in a lot of time and effort to practice and test, and only to get told, sorry, hey, we got to stop this because of what's going on. Like, it's not so much like, yes, I'm not disagreeing with Andrus that there are Karens out there, but if I'm somebody that my time is very limited, and I'm dedicating 30 minutes to practice, and I'm dedicating this time to race, and that's all I can do. Well, now you've just that person's time's been wasted.
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
It's the same like an endurance race, right? You practice for months for an endurance race only to get crashed out the first hour.
Sure. Yeah.
It's kind of, to me, it's the same thing.
Yeah, especially if something is your number one sim. If multiplayer is your thing, and all of a sudden you're locked out for a few days, I think that's pretty big deal. I mean, no, the world didn't burn down, and we could all take it in stride too. But I think it's fair that if, especially when something works, that's the other thing. When it works and they break it, it's like, gee, thanks. If you guys just went on vacation, we all be better off, right? And just to give you a timeline, by the way, so August 10th was the day of the patch, okay? August 17th was their first hot fix, okay? And then on the 19th is when they did the rollback. So, I mean, and of course it took time for them to get word that something was even wrong. You know, they
Yeah.
probably put out the patch and everybody was like, all right, everyone, take a long weekend. We finally got it done, right? Like in-house, everyone was going nuts getting the patch done, ready to go. Everyone had checked the boxes. They're like, cool, let's set it up for download, right? And so they did it.
Mhm.
And at that point, because everybody had been working mad hours, they probably just said, all right, everyone, have a
Yeah.
good week, you know. And so then, you know, a couple tech people are at the office and they're like, uh-oh, something's not right.
Yeah.
We're getting complaints. We're getting, you know, our numbers are down. Like, where's everybody on the server? You know, and then all of a sudden they start looking into it and like, oh wait, is this on us or is something else going on, right?
Right.
Anyway, so it takes time just to even figure out what had gone wrong, and I think that
Yep.
kind of a what Andrus said, taking it a little bit to heart. It's like, well, maybe it's somewhere in the middle a little bit. Maybe they need to be a little better, right? And maybe we need to be a little more forgiving at the same time, or understanding,
Yeah.
you know. Joe has said, and this is indirectly and directly something else I think that's fair. Joe has said, the issue is a lot of companies get rid of anyone that says anything bad, which almost prevents the ability to even have a beta group, right? Because if you brought in this beta group and said, we want you to be hypercritical, and then they said, yeah, this isn't right, and you're like, you're terrible, get out of here, you know? And it's like, well, that's not going to help. So it requires listening, right?
Yep.
Skeets! $10 from
Yeah.
Skeets. Another $10 from Skeets. We'll get the very nice here. Hey, why is my thing not working? I didn't say that. Why is this?
Wow, is very nice.
That was weird. All right. The issue a lot of YouTubers make, uber expensive wheels seem like a must-have. Buying a $2,000 Formula wheel versus the same design for $500 does not make faster lap times. Yes, I agree with that statement, but now I'm just going to give you a parallel to another industry to make it easy to understand this. I'm a car review guy. Forget sim racing, just a car review guy. But you know, I'm not on the high end. I'm not one of those known ones. So I'm dabbling in, you know, maybe some lower mid-tier BMWs and Mercedes are kind of the top of my food chain for the most part. And you know, I'm doing a lot of trucks and, you know, maybe some inexpensive hybrids, but that's my channel and that's what I do.
Right.
And then one day they send me a Ferrari. Right? I'm a hobbyist first. All of us are sim racing hobbyists, right? So when you get that Ferrari in your driveway and you're like, oh my God, I get to play with this for a week, you know,
Right.
It's hard to not give the impression to everybody that it's something that you wish everybody could have, right? You know, it's that dream. It's, you know, I'm going to date myself. It's that lifestyles of the rich and famous, right? We used to watch those shows, and funny enough, I watched those shows and it would insult me and make me feel bad and angry. I was inadequate because I didn't have a mansion and a yacht. That guy's a scumbag for having a mansion and a yacht, and someday I'm going to take his. I don't even need to earn it. I'm going to take his mansion and yacht. Anyway, that's what I'm not a big celebrity fawning or wealth fawning person. I actually despise entitlement. So, yeah.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned, like, Skeet mentions that. Is it, you know, I agree. There are YouTubers that make, you know, let's say, you know, let's use an example, you know, a VPG rim, you know, it's going to cost you over $1,000 versus a Moza KS that's roughly around $200. Are you going to be, is it going to make you faster? No.
No.
Are the components the same?
No.
No. Are you you're looking at one that's, you know, making your standard encoders and standard buttons, where you have another manufacturer that's making using automotive components. And it's kind of funny because, like, just yesterday I was watching the Grand Tour, and they were talking about using, you know, the tiny sports cars. So what's his name? Hammond showed up in a Mazda MX-5. Uh, what's the other guy? What's his name? Uh,
Captain Slow.
Captain Slow. He showed up in uh what did he show up in? He showed up in something. He showed up in another thing, but it had no AC, no radio, no comforts at all whatsoever. So they were arguing back and forth like Miata's not even really a sports car anymore. It's got heated seats, it's got power steering, it's got radio, it's got air conditioning, it's got, powered, it's got an automatic roof that comes up and down. Like it's not a sports car anymore. And then, of course, then he comes Jeremy Clarkson, and he shows up in the Alfa Romeo 4C. And but both cars, James May, thank you. I always know him as Captain Slow. Uh, they sit there and compare the prices like a Miata. Like a Miata, you can get, a good MX-5 for what, like 30 grand, 35 grand?
I think they're more than that now, but yeah, I get
Yeah,
your. It's inexpensive by comparison, sure.
right. Yeah, but it's a great. I mean, I'm gonna say this. It's a great little sports car. And that's why it's the number one
Clip that.
sold. I know. Clip it, save it. It's the only time I'll ever say it. But then, then James May is talking about his car. His car costed around the same price. But then you get the Alfa Romeo 4C, and that thing costs upward of $65,000. They all do the same exact thing. They just go about it in very different ways. They'll give you the same rush. They'll give you this, the same adrenaline rush. You can sit there and have fun on the back roads and do all that stuff. But each one is different, and each one uses like different kind of components, to give you a different feel, like comfort feel, not just like adrenaline rush, but like a comfort feel. And it's really up to you to decide what's more important to you. Do you want, a $60,000 car, or do you want the $30,000 car that are going to offer you the same thrills and, an adrenaline rush? One's just going to cost you a little bit more because you want those extra comforts or the badge name or something like that.
Sure. Well, I mean, the prestige that comes with it.
Right.
It's really funny. I think of like country club life, and not that I frequent these places often. I'm just saying, but like, prestige is all about perception, and the best example of that was in West LA 20 years ago. At this point, if you went to a country club or a high-end restaurant or whatever, and you'd see the BMWs, the Mercedes, and those were the bottom tier, right?
Right.
And then came the Prius and the green movement. And this isn't political, I'm just saying. And Ed Bagley Jr. is a great example. And all of a sudden, you go to those same places, and I think a Prius was like $23,000 when it came out or something. It was like basically a slightly expensive Tercel.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they would be parking lots full of this inexpensive car filling the country club.
Yeah.
And it's because it had knocked the aura off that car. It wasn't about prestige. It was about being part of that green movement, right? But it now carried the value of $100,000 car as far as perception goes. Because again, these are usually stigmas, not actually something being better or worse, right? That's my point here. It's like you can interchange a Ferrari with a Prius if it's in the right crowd, if it's just about appreciation and what, another great example is if you go to like Cars and Coffee, sure, the Ferrari whatever is going to get a certain amount of attention, but then there's that guy over there with that 67 Cougar with the right setup on it. It's got a patinaed paint scheme because it's mostly original, and that same car has as big a crowd around it as that Ferrari does. It's just that it's like a different type of love, a different type of appreciation. And, not everything has to be a Ferrari or $2,500 racing wheel to be effective or awesome or just what you need or within your budget so that you can have more wheels instead of just one wheel. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like when it comes to wheels, if you can afford it and you're not, if you're not running behind on bills or whatever, it's just cash burning in your pocket. Buy whatever you like. It doesn't matter. Like you don't need to have a sim precision wheel. That's, or you don't, if all these wheels would fulfill the same purpose, it just comes down to how do you want the quality in the field to be? I mean, that's all. To me, that's all it really is. Yeah.
Hold on. Can I get this clip? We'll demonetize.
Uh-oh.
We'll let him. I was gonna quote, but we'll let him speak.
Yeah. And that's exactly, Joe. Like, why should you care what other people have or buy? I mean, just get, whatever you use, be happy with it, and move on with your day. That comes with, and that's just not for buying stuff. That's for everything. Like, don't spend too much time caring about what other people buy, have, or say. Yeah, I don't do that.
Here,
Oh, Ferris Bueller.
here is the answer to this
If you
question.
have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. So there you go. That's the right answer. And what are you gonna say? It's not a wrong answer. If you have the means, I pick one up. If you love that $2,500 carbon fiber real deal 1-to-1 replica with the same parts, and you have the means, I highly recommend you pick one up.
Yeah, that's my thought process too. But if you would just want to sim race and your funds, like a Moza, like I said, I keep on using the Moza KS rim because I have it on my test rig. It's a great rim, and it's it's under $200. It's just not going to be, the quality is just not going to be as good as some of the other stuff that's out there. But you'll be able to sim race. You'll be able to do everything that you need it to do in order to sim race, just to have fun. Yeah.
Okay, so on one hand, we have a $2,500 steering wheel, probably quite possibly overpriced, depending on how you slice it, as we mentioned, and likely to not really be obsolete for probably 10 or 20 years, depending on how strict you are about your sim racing equipment. And then on this hand, we have a 5090 video card. What are they at? I think I saw someone tell me they were $5,000 for that video card now.
Oh, I've even looked.
Which will likely be obsolete in 6 years. It'll be just another card in someone's old computer in 3. I don't know. All right, maybe it's more like 6 and 10, but
Okay.
All right. Moving on. Raceroom. I think. Oh, there you go, Tom. Was that rioting? Were we rioting? Was that a little baby riot? J-Top's Phoenix still using a Fanatec DD button. See, yeah, exactly. I mean, it just.
I still have my SC1. I'm still on my SC1. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Raceroom. I can tell you before I did a show, I would have been on my same wheel for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Probably would have changed pedals 2 or 3 times. It would have been a much bigger step when I was going to change a base because it meant I was probably going to get a new steering wheel as well. But yeah. All right. Raceroom, they have a new patch that is live, and I'm not hearing any negative feedback from the world or disconnected issues. Major HUD and performance, new pedal input graph, further GT3 physics updates, 2 tracks updated to 2026 spec, and sequential shifting improvements. Was that it, or did I have anything else? That was it from Raceroom. So another update there. Everyone's doing it. Riot still on 2.5. 2.5 is such an important wheel. 2.5 base, I should say. The Club Sport 2.5. And it's so funny because it's like if someone said I have a Club Sport and you're like, yeah, which one? And they're like, I don't know, I think the original. And you'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have the original one. But the 2.5 was an incredible wheelbase at the time.
Dude, I still know people are on Logitech G29s or DFGTs.
Yep, I met someone.
Just get the job done. Yep. Who cares?
I exchanged emails with a guy just the other day who's like still on a desktop, still on his Logitech G29, but his pedals were starting to fail him. And so he's like, I'm thinking of getting a new set of pedals, and he was asking me about those Simriotos.
Yeah.
And I said, bang for buck. Again, keeping in mind, this is a guy who's still, because he was using this word, I'm still on, implying he's been doing it a long time, right? Like, maybe that was even his original. He didn't buy it used, right? I'm still on my G29, and the pedals are now failing me. So, and I'm on a desktop. And it was like, okay, I get this guy, right? That was me for 10 years. So, yeah. Anyway, highly recommend the Simrioto pedals to that guy for the money.
Yeah.
No brainer. All right. Gran Turismo, they have the August 20th update, which had the Hyundai Ioniq 6N, the Toyota Mark II Tourer, the Toyota Chaser Tourer, the Caterham 7 Superlight R508. That wasn't already in the game. They will all be added to the game. Very excited.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing some backflips for that Ioniq.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Now I'm talking. The Caterham. Didn't they already have that Caterham or one that, I mean, like...
No.
No?
They had a Caterham, but not that one.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
All right. Forza Horizon. I don't know. Is this like brand new? I mean, it's August.
Well, you missed it. Right?
What?
Did you missed it? Like they're also going to be. I think it's talking about the Mazda Virtual Vision is coming to Gran Turismo.
Yes. Where is that? Hold on. I had that. I knew that.
I was there while we were still on Gran Turismo. There's no date yet, but they're talking about how they're going to have the RX Vision GT3 Evo.
Oh, I know why. Because it's not even at their page. We're going to jump ahead. Okay. So this comes to us because this was at Mazda, not at Gran Turismo. Right. Funny enough. So this story, give credit where credit's due. I found this at Sim Racing, by the way. I go through all the Twitter pages for like all the companies I can think of, and in full disclosure, I then look at Overtake because they're a great publication. I then look at Traxion because they're a great publication, and I look at BSim because another really good publication in the world of sim racing. So I do comb those places just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Right. And anyway, the next evolution, Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept coming to Gran Turismo. Play this video. Are we already did I play any demonetizing stuff yet?
I mean, Ferris Bueller.
I don't think that'll get us. I think they're more touchy about music. All right.
That's all right. I could always go back and delete the clip. It's all good. You don't want it?
GT3
Evo.
Oh,
you're just showing you.
Yeah, no, we just had to get past him talking. Here we go. Here's the good stuff. Demonetized here. We'll mute. Oh, I can't mute.
I don't know, Ski. This is just the Vision concept. I don't know if Mazda's actually coming out with the GT3. Yeah.
Yeah, they never came up with the what was the Fury?
Yeah.
Was it Fury?
Well, the Vision cars are always like concept cars that never make it into the public.
They might make one. Here it is.
Maybe.
Here it is. No, I don't know if this could be a rendering. I don't know if this is but they did make the Fury, right? One burned down at Laguna.
Yeah.
PS4! Tom needs a Moza! You know what I mean? That 2.5 isn't cutting it.
Wow, it's very nice. Wow.
Does Tom even simmer? That's the question.
Does Tom really need a wheel?
I know.
Tom needs a new game controller.
Yeah.
Mazda already has a GR3 car and GT7. They're coming out with another in the game. Okay.
That's what we're talking.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. So, here we go. BeamNG. Oh, no, I forgot Forza. Forza. Fasten your seatbelt and hold on to whatever you can because the 2018 Exomotif Exoset Sport V8 XP5 has arrived. Oh my God, they put a Corvette engine in one of those two chassis cars.
Oh gosh.
It's literally a Corvette engine.
That's chaos waiting to happen.
That's nuts. Look at them just drift. Yeah, and then okay, that's crazy. I've never heard of Exomotive. Now I'm drawing a blank on the name of the original tube frame car that I can't remember now. I don't even know if it was the original. One that was common like 10, 15 years ago. I mean, common's a funny word. I saw like maybe one or two in my life. It wasn't the Fury. The Fury. Thank you, Christian.
Yeah.
You have a picture of yourself next to that Mazda at Formula Drift. Oh yeah, that was an awesome looking car.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Andrews. Ariel Adam. That was one of the first ones.
That's it. Ariel Adam. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes. That helps me. Otherwise, I end up having to do Google searches after the show to fix my memory.
Right.
Which is sad but true. Let's see here. I saw another comment. Tom, I sim race in private. Okay, fair enough. BeamNG with some more teasers. I got a cough here. Hold on. Getting ready for new adventures and showing one of them side by sides. Isn't that what they refer to these things? I've never driven in one of these, by the way.
I gotta wait for it to catch up.
Excuse me. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I have. Have you ever been in a side by side?
Not that I'm trying to think. No.
I mean,
no.
I've driven like the four-wheeler, ATV things.
Right.
I've never driven a dune buggy. I've never driven a side-by-side. Really never driven much of anything in the dirt.
No, the only thing I've driven is a slingshot. Kind of with like an open top and tubes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
On the road, though, right?
Yeah, on the road.
Yeah.
God, I wish I could have one here. Those things are so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, in dirt, I have no experience in dirt other than a motorcycle and a Ford, wheel ATV. But yeah, there's a one of these in the neighborhood around me, and I swear, and it just sits on a trailer next to his like other trailer and whatnot. And it looks like one of those ones where someone's put like 120 grand into their side by side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like just like ridiculous suspension and just oh my god. But
I
don't know. Those things are cool. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've driven a Hilux in the desert. Does that count?
Well, a little bit. I mean, at least that's some dirt. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I used to have a 4x truck. I mean, I had a couple of different 4x trucks. So I have done that, but not like. So my 83 Toyota 4x4, one of the original extra cabs, was basically set up like the one in Back to the Future, and I used to take that out to the riverbeds, and we get it going pretty good until we hit a big jump and almost like dig in the front end, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe I'm overdoing it. So I guess I have a tiny little experience, and then I had a Tahoe lifted, and I had a 4x, but not like what I would do if you gave me one of these for a couple hours.
Right.
I'm going to catch some air in that sucker. So, anyway. And then this one from BeamNG. Maybe, just maybe, we should have read the manual. That's what Sean said on the Simagic review. Wheel review. Zeus. So, all right, moving on. Play this. Mount Rushmore is calling you in ATS. Oh, we gotta mute that.
Uh-oh.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, there we go. I ain't watching any preseason football. Joa, I had a 98 Tahoe 2-door with barn doors on the back with like an extra full-size spare on the back door like Jeeps would do, but I did it on a Tahoe with a swing arm, and I had it on 36-inch mudders with they're mud terrain, 36-inch mud terrains with a 6-inch Dick CPEC lift kit, which was like the king of the lift kits in 98. And yeah, I had one of those. I will admit it. It was awesome. It was a very nice truck. I spent a stupid amount of money on it, and anybody who ever knows anything about customizing a car, if you're ever going to customize a car, I just want you to know, you don't get any money for all those extras. You end up basically getting the value of the truck as if it was bone stock. So it's like, cool, they're going to mark you down as much as they mark you up.
It's so funny. People try to get as much money as they can. It's like, yeah, man, I've got like 40 grand of mods in this car. Yeah, that's extra wear and tear that you've done to the car. So.
Yeah. In Philadelphia, it's 50 cents.
Right.
Oh, I'm just full of movie references and parallels today. All right. What else did we have from ATS? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Celebrating 100 years of Volvo trucks. We're excited to join the celebration by welcoming the Volvo FH Series 6 100-year edition to Euro Truck Simulator upcoming 1.61 update. Is there any mod that lets you drive the Euro cabs in America or vice versa? Or try to drive the gigantic American cabs in Euro?
I don't know. I've never dived that deep into ATS, ETS.
You would think
Yeah, I
somebody
just
would
get in,
like
do
want it.
contracts, drive. Yeah.
And check this achievement out here.
Mhm.
To the moon. That's an impressive amount of driving. So this user here, D. Reuter, I don't know his full name, got the Journey to the Moon achievement in ETS 2. Travel to the moon. Travel 364,400 kilometers, or 239,000 miles. I think I heard that correct. Performing World of Trucks contracts. Wow, that's crazy.
Damn. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. I think that's it from
Wonder
them.
how long he's racing. Or not racing, driving.
What's that?
I wonder how long he's been playing ETS.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Yeah.
SCS will be at Gamescom, by the way.
Mhm.
So, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Project Motor Racing had a pretty substantial update. This is version 2.2. VR and triple screen support enabled by default. That's a big deal.
Yep.
LMDH. Go ahead. Yep.
No, I said just finally.
Yeah, seriously. In 2026, how is that not day one stuff? That's a shame. But it is there now, so we'll have to check that out. Multiple fixes and improvements to wet tires in the GT3 class. Further stability improvements. You know, if you were to put odds, we were talking about confidence in companies. Post Ian Bell exit, Eris entry. Where do we change the odds on Project Motor Racing and its viability in the not too distant future?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of going to ask you a similar question. Like, now that, we've had a change of leadership, PMR has been rolling out a lot of updates because, I mean, let's be honest, it was not, and I'm being generous here, it was not the best release. Can we start treating this as a comeback, or are they still just a repair job? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's serious. I mean, I know here's the thing that I think was really made me think, I think they might be doing something right? But when you do a big change and it like wipes out your setups, but your car, or made them non-functional, and we've even seen this in iRacing as well. It usually meant there was something kind of wrong with the physics overall, right? Like that setup was working with their physics was all wrong, and so the fact that you had to throw out all your setups is actually an indication they made something significant improvements to that. I'm hoping. They're going to be showing off I believe they are, Hinch. I haven't seen an official word, but I think I've seen report of Farm Sim, and I've seen them. I've seen those two grouped together because it's under the same publisher. But it's a matter of how much space. I've seen them take literally like the smallest space possible, and I've also seen them having pretty substantial booths. So I don't know what presence.
Dude, like last year we saw them at the Sim Gaming Expo.
Yeah.
They had this lone rig all by itself. Like if you walked by, you would never notice it.
And one guy from Focus Software that didn't even know anything about it kind of thing.
He was just like hired just to be there, and he's like, oh. And then they were at the Sim Racing Expo, and they had this giant booth with competitions and all sorts of stuff going on. So like, I don't know. We'll see which one shows up.
Yeah. I think. And so some setups. Eris, he actually released a bunch of bespoke. I love that word. One of my favorite words in language. Bespoke setups by Eris post those changes and needing them. So that also came out. That's all I have to say about that. Fanatec
Fanatec.
Podium pedal formulas return tomorrow. This is actually 2 days ago. So these were completely out of stock. And they are now back in stock as of now. Wonder if they sold out. They're such awesome looking pedals. I wouldn't be surprised if the next run is pretty brief too. And also the other set, the sports, are coming in September. So there you go.
Yep. Yeah, but they're only I think what is it they were talking about? They had to postpone the sport pedals because they couldn't get the clutch pedals made in time. They had some issues with the manufacturer. So I think they were saying like now they're back on track, and that's why we're going to start seeing the podium pedal sports on sale next month.
Yeah.
As they get everything out to the distributors. Yeah.
Yeah. Moza. They are going to be at Gamescom, and they are going to be showing off Moza Racing and MotoGP. So, what does that mean? The next chapter begins at Gamescom.
Yep, the next motorcycle sim rig, maybe.
Sure looks like a full set of controls. Those sure look like some Moza-looking buttons right there.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, now I want to go to Gamescom.
Yeah, I wish I could go, but I can't.
You know, maybe I need to real quick do a couple of quick reviews of the latest motorcycle sims and get some moto buzz here at the studio. I don't know. What do I got to... Anyway.
Right. I mean, I wonder if there are... What direct drive base are they using with it? Or are they even using a direct drive base with it?
I don't think they are. I think they just have a potentiometer on... I mean, did they build their own... Is this Track Racer's bike? Or did they build their own bike?
That's a very good question.
I can't tell from the video.
Yeah.
And
they might be using Track Racers. Yeah.
You'd think, but did they? We'll find... Gamescom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find... Are you going to Gamescom?
No, I can't. Unfortunately, I have to work. But the Monday before, I'll be at the Overtake headquarters to try out Clutch.
Nice.
In person.
Anybody watching this show that is going to Gamescom, if you want to help out the Simpit, you want to get some footage or do some commentary, please let me know. Hit me up on Discord. Sean, SHAUN, @thesimpit.com is my email. If you have the capability of getting some footage, and even if you don't want to be on camera, you can just get the footage of some of the stuff, like this bike, and it would be super beneficial to our community. So, yeah, if you're out there, you're going to it, please hit me up. Yeah, or do they copy Joa? Joa. Da-dum-dum. That's almost a Joa-ism joke right there.
Well, no, I think they're using the Track Racer rig, but the controls are going to be Moza controls.
Well, maybe they're joining forces on this, right?
Yeah.
Like, and Track Racers wanted to branch into, like, motion and controllers and things for quite some time, so maybe this is how they do it. All right, also at Gamescom at Moza, feel the Ford excellence. See the forefront of virtual racing innovation. Moza Racing and Ford coming to Gamescom 2026. Stay tuned. And we see this very GT road car looking wheel.
Doesn't Ford stand for Found on the Road Dead?
It does. It
So,
does.
You know, that's when I think of Ford, I don't think of excellence.
You know, I had an 88 Mustang 5.0. That's the year that had louvers over the rear brake lights.
Right.
Convertible. And I had this car at the end of its life. I mean, it had 100 and something thousand miles on it. I was hard times, and a buddy literally gave me the car. It's like one of my best friends. I'd given him money to buy a car a decade earlier, kind of thing, right? And so I was just on hard times. He's like, dude, I got that Mustang. If you want it, you can just have it. And so I took it. And I swear, that thing just kept running. It wasn't running good. It wasn't a strong 5.0 Mustang, but it just did keep chugging along, and it never left me stranded. So my hat's off to that old 5.0.
Yeah.
Not even a fan. I was a Camaro guy, not a Mustang guy, so it's kind of weird. But Yeah, the top was all screwed. I didn't even put the top up. I just like jumped. I didn't even use the doors. I just jumped in it because
Right.
it was like just who cares? I'd leave it baking in the sun. If it rained, I would cover it, right? But
Yeah.
so I had the Vanilla Ice 5.0. That is such a Vanilla Ice car. Mine was black and red. I think he was all about the white and red one though. Mine was black. Fixed on race day, says Bob.
Not fixed.
Chinese factory that supplies track racer backdoored the frames to or maybe it is the very same factory. They just said, "Oh, let's pull the sticker off this one and put this sticker on it instead."
They are notorious for that. Yeah.
Effed over rebuilt Dodge. Yeah, that's what I remember that one. Corsair to buy Moza. Sean let the cat out of the bag. Oh no. Found on the road dead. Oh, some real Ford hate out there.
I had a Ford once. Never went back.
No? I have to say that I'm a huge fan of the Ford Focus, SVT or whatever they're like souped up Focus.
I had a 2001 Ford Focus SVT.
That's a cool car. That's a really cool car. No?
No.
American, my 5.0 still going 169,000 80mm turbo stock block. Awesome.
Right. I mean, when I was 20, yeah, okay, it's quick and zippy. But now that I think about it and driving other cars, like, if you're the seat was a little awkward. The alternators were a terrible design. They used a terrible transmission. Yeah, dude. The fuel pumps were like really cheap fuel pumps. Yeah, nah.
All right, so the Mustang I had got stolen. It was my buddy's car. It got stolen. It was gone. Like police just nothing. Years and years and years, like over 5 or 6 or 7 years went by, and my buddy already had a new car and whatever. It was well behind him, and then just out of the blue, the cops call him one day and say, "Yes, we found your car." So the cops had raided a chop shop, and this is how bad this Mustang was. It was so unworthy that, yes, the thieves that worked through that chop shop did steal that car. But it never got chopped. They just joyrode it back to the shop, and it was just out back, sitting basically the way my buddy had it, but it had like some extra dents and like some extra paint, like paint cans had been dropped on it or something maybe. So it was like it had just been abandoned in the backyard of the chop shop. They didn't even cut it down and try to sell its parts. It was such a POS.
Right.
But it still ran, and it kept running until it got me all the way through that hard time, until I literally just got rid of it because it was like, hey, it's time to get a real car. So yeah, I loved that Mustang. It saved me. It was my lifeboat to a social life. Shoot, I had that when I started inside sim racing. That was the car that literally I was doing then when I made no money. So all right. This just in.
So
this just in, everybody.
I don't know. Let's treat this as a rumor for now. So I did a little bit more digging on the motorcycle stuff for Moza. So apparently, it is the rig and the motorcycle, system is fully from Moza. It's not a track racer thing. The whole thing is Moza.
Is that right?
So,
oh.
But we won't know until Gamescom next week.
And
but apparently, from some reliable sources that are already in Cologne, it's a full Moza system.
So now what I want to know is, how much does it resemble the track racer?
That is very. I mean, if they're using the same factory as track racer to produce things, I mean, all you got to do is go up to the factory owner. Hey, bro, can I take over the factory after 10 p.m.? Yeah.
Yep. Joe, my buddy went on to get I think that was when he got his Corrado. He went from the Mustang 5.0 to a VW Corrado, which was I think that was an underappreciated car. You know, I think that the VW fans had much bigger expectations of what the Corrado would be, and it ended up just being kind of like a really heavy Scirocco, and the Scirocco was an underperformer, or at least the pre-Corrado Scirocco. I had the original Scirocco. I think it was a 79 with BBS wheels, one of my all-time favorite cars. That little car was on rails, I'll tell you. Love that car. Sorry. Rabbit hole Cole.
Rabbit hole Cole.
Simagic official. We hear you. SimPro Manager V 3.2.0 is live again. Update now and enjoy the latest improvements for your setup. Need help or have feedback, send a support ticket. We're here to help. Set of course the Evo telemetry stuff. Little warning on what to do before. There's a firmware update included for the Neo hub and the Neo GT wheel. And optimize AC Evo, optimize third-party peripheral compatibility. Found issue with the firmware, optimize Windows, Sorry, everyone. Anyway, there you go. Next. Did I jack that car up too? No, Joa. The only car I lifted was the Tahoe. No, I take that back. My Toyota was lifted 2.5 inches. So.
Do you know what my favorite car ever was?
What?
You'll be very surprised, or you want to take a gander.
Like a car that you've owned?
Yes.
And how old were you when you owned it?
I was 26.
26. Okay.
26.
So this would be... And is it an odd car or no?
Not really. No. It was generally known in the car community.
And wow, so that would have been in like 96-ish is my guess.
No, I'm not that old.
No?
No.
All right. Then it would be in 06.
This was like 06, 07.
I don't know. What'd you have? You had a Corvette. No, you didn't have a Corvette. You're not a Corvette.
1994 Honda Prelude SI.
Okay, that's cool. Is that the four-wheel steering one?
No, it was the gen before that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I love the Prelude.
That's literally my favorite car that I've ever owned. It wasn't super quick, but it was zippy. It was, it was agile. It was everything you could want, out of like a little sports car. Yeah, for me at least.
I think that was another car that kind of underperformed for how good it could have been. Like all of the Preludes for the most part. Like my brother had the very first Prelude, the tiny one, which was one of the coolest cars ever in my opinion. And then I had some friends who had the 2-liter when they went to the wider, bigger one.
The longer body.
And that's the one I'm talking about. Man, it was such a great car.
Yeah.
And it was but it did kind of underperform because it was a little big for that little motor. Like when it came out, I thought they had gone V6 on it. And I was like, yeah.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, it's a 2-liter and it's just a little on the gutless side.
Right.
But God, Preludes are such cool cars.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. I didn't give him time to even give us a clue.
No, all good. Anyways,
no, I don't want a Charger RT. I have changed my feelings about cars for transportation. Like literally, like there's only one car in the world I think that would be good for me right now, and it would be like some sort of a like reasonably sized pickup truck, not lifted, not 4x, not a giant Tundra. I don't want even a giant Tacoma. The Tacomas are the new Tacomas are bigger than my old 1500 Silverado, which is ridiculous. No, I need a mini truck.
You like Ford Ranger?
The new Ranger's cool, and Ford's about to come out with an even smaller truck to compete with the Slate.
Yep.
I actually think there's going to be a mini truck revival, everyone. I think you're going to see a bunch of, like, literally going back to, like, 80s size, Tacomas and whatnot. I hope, because that would be the car for me. Just big enough to put a bike in the back, a motorcycle. Just big enough to put a 8-foot, sheet of plywood in the back and not pay any extra in gas. That's what I need.
Yeah.
How is the oh gosh, Andrus, it isn't. And I have to say, Andrus, I give you so much time about the Type R. The reason my little thing with the Type R is because I had a friend who had a Type R who just, like, would all the time argue up and, like, talk how great his Type R was, and I was like, nah. So a lot of it is built in, like, me versus you thing, because that was sort of like one of my rival friends, that we'd argue over whose car was better at the time. The other day, a guy went by in, like, maybe a 99 white Civic Type R, and it had, like, not too much done to it, but just enough to you're like, okay, that's not even just a stock Type R. And it was actually really beautiful, and I was like, oh man, I remember that. That is a nice setup, especially the white ones. Were they all white? Were all the Type R's white?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, Andrus will let us know. All right, Asetek.
This really just opens up the world.
Introducing a free button box at your fingertips. So their new firmware update for the
Race Hub
wheels is this Race Hub feature that allows you to turn the touch screen into a button box, which that's pretty cool. Like, here, let me go back to that shot. I don't want to get here. Let me hit mute. There's Matt Malone, by the way.
Yeah.
So look,
who's talking about
like you press something on the wheel and it
opens up the world.
Oh, it looks like he flips the screen up.
This really just...
I want to mute the music. And then it goes into that button box mode, which is really cool. So, yeah. Anyway, that's from Asetek, and that just came out a couple days ago, actually. It says 5 hours, but that's a couple days old at this point.
Yeah.
Simucube has a new mount for their wheelbase. It's the wheel mount V2. More angles, more adjustment, better lockdown. Run it inverted, upside down or right side up. Yeah, isn't that cool? That is cool. You had a red one. Okay, thank you, Andrus. So yeah. We already talked about the GT3 RX Vision. We already talked about that. Gosh, I think that's it. I think we're all done. So this Sunday, here, actually, let me do this before we get to this part of this Sunday. This Sunday is our Challenge Series qualifiers, which I'm going to let Amir talk about in a second. But real quick, I'm going to make a few more announcements for Sim Gaming Expo, which is less than 30 days. So let's see, they hit 5,000 followers. Where's the 30-day one? Anyway, we're inside of 30 days at this point, but that was just last week that we hit that mark. I think we're at 27 days now.
Yep.
And, yeah, a couple of new announcements. So, Signature Racing Systems, built for real spaces. Discover spec signature systems, sim racing rigs designed to live in modern homes. Looks like a red profile rig with a red seat. Choose studio, track, or statement to match your space and how you drive. That's cool. And then Moto Iolo Aerospace. And they're developing some of the most impressive and innovative flight simulation systems in the world. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Flight sim's going to be big this year, it seems.
It is. Dude, we got to discuss our strategy because there's going to be so much stuff. I don't know if we're going to be able to cover everything.
Yeah, I'm forewarning anybody coming to the show. I am looking forward to meeting everybody there.
Yep.
But this year, it's going to be doing some handshake and run because I got to cover a lot this year. Just a little head, and I got to do this event unless I purposely don't. What? We need time. We only have 3 days.
Oh my god, bro!
Only have 3 days. What did we get?
You can't sully the Simpit name. Come on, man.
All right, we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to do it all. Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, what are we doing Sunday? Sunday. Amir, tell us about Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Yes, Sunday is round 2 of the Sim Gaming Expo Challenge presented by SimLab. So, 2 weeks ago, they were having the time attack trials that were going on. And I qualified for it. I think I was like number 80 or something like that. I can't remember. And then Sean didn't do so well, but he was still able to make it into round 2. So now this is going to be an online race. It's going to be broken out into 5 different groups made up of, I think, 22 drivers in each split.
Yeah, here I
So
have that.
yeah, so I'm going to be in split 1 or group A.
Group A.
And we're going to start at the race starts at 12 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Session opens at 11:30 Eastern. Yes.
Yeah, session opens. So we'll be streaming both Sean and I's races. So I'll be going first in my race, and then Sean is in Group C along with Matt Wagner. He's in here with us too. So they'll be racing on the 3rd leg, and then we've got Sam Hinchy. Sam is in Group D or Group E. I can't remember. And then we've got also, I think in my group, I'm going to have potentially Edgar Sanchinelli too.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So we just have to
Simpit.
qualify. We just have to finish in the top 9 to qualify for the final round. So
Ouch.
yeah, I've got some fast racers in my thing. I was looking at people's times. It's going to be very interesting.
Well,
I've got the number
especially
1 driver who was like a second and a half quicker than me. Yeah.
the setup takes a while to come in.
Yep.
So qualifying is going to be very tricky because you're going to have to
Yeah.
push. But if you push on those cold tires on that setup, you're dangerous.
Yep.
So, all right. So Sunday starting. I'll get it set up before, so you get a little bit of warning. We'll probably go live. Let's see, broadcast. So they're broadcasting it, Amir.
Yep. They are.
Are we
We
gonna?
can still stream it. We
Okay.
can just have we stream it
Okay.
on there if people want to see our commentary, not our commentary, but like our POV from it. And then if people don't, they want to see the whole entire race, they can go to Race Spot.
It looks like they're starting their broadcast at 12 p.m. Eastern time, so that'll be on the
Yep.
Sim Gaming Expo Twitch channel.
Mhm.
And then qualifying begins at 12:05.
Yep.
So we'll probably follow suit. I mean, that's subject to change by 15, 20 minutes, a half hour even.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be covering that on Sunday. Both of our races. Shoot, maybe we'll even try to cover the. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to practice or be sharp if I'm overly streaming. We'll have to talk about how we're going to do this. But
Excuses.
well, no, I'm trying to remove the excuses. But believe me, if my
So-
audio all of a sudden is messed up mid race, it's going to throw me for a loop. You know this.
No, we'll dual tag it. So what we'll do is, I mean, we can discuss it, but you stream the whole thing, and then I'll be in my race. You could be on talking to people and everything. Then we comes to your race. You switch to race mode, and I'll do all the talking.
Okay, that sounds
Just
good.
mute everybody. Get rid of chat. Just focus on racing, and I'll do the talking.
And Joe's saying, no pressure, but people are counting on me. Christian says he's bet his daughter's college fund on me, so I better win, no pressure. And Joa says if I win the race, he will go to the show.
There you go.
Wow. Do a test stream. I don't know if we have time. I got to do some driving, but I don't know if I have time to stream between now and then. I literally have 2 deadlines that I am super late on and compromised. So,
Okay.
but I'm still trying to clean up. This is still cleanup work for the future.
Yeah.
All right, last thing I want to talk about today is the Simpit Rally League, which begins September 4th. That is coming up quickly. Just a couple weeks, really. Safari Rally, Kenya, Central Europe, Sardinia, Monte Carlo, Acropolis, Rally Iberia, Poland, Croatia, Estonia, Mediterraneo. We'll be running the Rally 3 cars for a couple of rallies. We'll be doing the Rally 2 cars for 3 rallies. And we're going to finish up with 5 sessions or 5 rallies in the World Rally Car 97 through 2011. That is on RaceNet. So if you are part of EAWRC on RaceNet, just look for the Simpit Rally Club. There's time to join. You get a full week to get your times in, and then each Friday on the pit stop, we'll go through the results and see how things play out. See if I can get a point. We got a couple mini seasons and no points. Finally scored a couple points last season, so that was cool. I think literally a couple points.
Yeah.
Two.
5.
5. Okay.
I scored 5. You and me, because you and me were tied.
Yeah. So, and we never had our showdown.
Yeah.
All right.
We kind of did during the time trial.
Oh, that didn't. That was not the showdown. No.
All right, this next league will be our show. No, I don't know. I haven't fully decided if I want to do the rally this year.
Well, to beat me, you might only have to do one rally, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, all right, everyone. Anything else from you, Amir?
Yeah. So on top of the rally, so let me give some people some news on the road series. So right now we're doing the voting for the road series. So it's right now, because we had similar numbers for the LMP2 and LMP3, I've opened it up for voting. So if you want to race in our next road series, go into our Discord, go to the road series chat and select which one you would like. I'm looking at starting the preseason schedule starting 6 September, and that's going to last for the next 4 weeks in September. And then from there, we will roll into our official season starting for October. And so, that'll be a 10-week season with to include one drop race. So if you had a really bad race or you have to do, you had to miss a race for something, it's not going to affect you. But then also, so I'm still looking for race stewards. So if you don't even have to be in our league if you want to be a race steward. I'm trying to get enough stewards to where, for example, I can't be there, or if Joa can't be there, or Carl can't be there, we can still do them in a timely manner. Because the other thing too, I want to start streaming and recording the stewarding in Discord, so that way people can sit there and hear what we're doing and watch what we're doing. And then if they want to check out later, see how we came to our conclusions, they can check it out themselves later too.
Full transparency.
Yep. Then on top of that, also I'm just doing a quick review of the Simpit rulebook. There were some people that sent me some messages about, hey, can we change some things around? So I'm going to be taking a look at that, review it. But if you guys got any inputs on our road racing rulebook, let me know too in our Discord, and I will add it to the list to review. So yeah, 6 September, road series. And if you want to race, get into our Discord and vote for which car you like, LMP2 or LMP3.
Awesome. Also, I didn't mention it one more time. In our Simpit Rally League, I am putting up this awesome shifter, Octane Designs shifter. The original design, like $260 back then. They've gotten more expensive, a little bit more refined, but essentially the same shifter. Awesome shifter. It was used for our review and been stored ever since. And so, if you run 8 races and are a member, 8 rallies, and are a member of our Discord, you will be eligible in the drawing to win this shifter at the end of the season. So, make a note of that. All right. I think that's it. So we got work to do. I got rigs to work on. I got wheels to work on. I got that mystery product to work on. I got another rig in the other room, so that's going to make 4 in the studio at once. Amir's working on his stuff, so you can see some more live streams. If I can free up some time, we'll do that final stream on the Focus Sim Racing chassis, where we're going to do, like, getting the fine-tuning part done. Right now I'm putting the lower tray, the electronic tray to use. I think I'll just do that privately because it's just a lot of like zip tying work and stuff like that. I'll get you a finished photo in the Discord and you'll see it starting to come along, and then maybe if we have time we'll tune it, otherwise we'll just move on to the review. But you're going to see more of that kind of content here coming up soon as well. So keep on the edge of your seats because it's coming. There's a lot coming. We got edited content, we got live content, we got shorts. And again, if there's anything you think we should cover, or you can cover Gamescom for us, hit me up in our Discord or at Sean, SHAUN, at thesimpit.com. Last thoughts, Amir?
No, everybody enjoy your weekend and get out there and do some sim racing.
Do some sim racing. I love it. We'll see you Sunday for the big Sim Gaming Expo Challenge Series. Definitely stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can find out when we go live or our next video comes out. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole. That's Amir Assad. And we will see you on the track. Bye-bye, everybody.
Later, guys.